Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Unit 2 Daily Life, and in this unit we're going to be talking about times, dates, the months in a year. We're going to be talking about a year, weeks, and days in a week, okay? So at the end of this unit, you guys should be able to listen and identify dates and times. You should be comfortable, telling the date, identifying what the time is, and being able to generally talk about, times, dates, and birthdays. Okay, you guys should also be able to understand different uses of numbers in a text. So numbers in a text can mean different things. So at the end of this unit, you guys should be able to understand the different uses of numbers in a text. Also, write an email of invitation. You guys should be able to send out an invitation through email with no problems. And finally, use the grammar of the unit accurately. Okay, so let's go back to our ebook here. Okay, so here we have, oops, give me a second, Unit 2 Daily Life. We always start with the key vocabulary, right? I always leave 1 to 2 seconds, just so you guys can say the word after me, okay? Just try and improve that pronunciation each video as you go, and each unit try to get better and better, okay? So repeat after me. Afternoon, beach, birthday, break, cafe, calendar, cinema, clock, date, day, evening, every, first, hour, information, invitation, invite, last, later, lunch, mall, month, morning, nice, night, now, park, swimming pool, that's fine, that's great, this, time, timetable, today, watch, week, and year. Okay, so now let's move on to our listening segment. Okay, here we have obviously the year 2010, and these are the months in a year. So try and say after me: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay? So let's say, for example, we take August, which is month number 8. Okay? So, and the year is 2010. Now let's talk about the days in a week. So we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the D is silent, okay, so don't pronounce the D, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, okay? And I'm actually going to touch more on this point. So here we have weekdays. Give it a second to load. Here we go. Let me get rid of this pop-up real quick. Okay, so here we have the weekdays, okay? So Saturday, S-A-T-U-R, and the word day, okay? Sunday, just simple, the word sun and day. Monday, also very simple, M-O-N and day. Tuesday, T-U-E-S and day. Wednesday, like I said, the D is silent, don't forget that, W-E-D-N-E-S and day. So Wednesday, Thursday, T-H-U-R-S and day. And finally, Friday. Pretty straightforward, right? So let's say that again. This is how usually the week starts. For us, it usually starts at Sunday, okay? So don't mind this. It's just difference. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay? So here he's telling us to write the days of the week in order, okay? And he starts with Monday, okay? So if you guys can do this on your own, try and pause the video and write it down, the days after Monday till Sunday, but I'll do it anyway. So Pause the video and do it and come back. Okay? So, after Monday, we have Tuesday. So, T, U, E, S, and day. Tuesday. After that is Wednesday. W, E, D, N, E, S, and day. Okay? Thursday. T, H, U, R, S, and day. After that is Friday. So F, R, I, day. D-A-Y. Saturday. S, A, T, U, R, and day. Okay? And obviously, final one is Sunday. Okay? I hope this one was pretty good for you guys. I have another one. Here's a time game, and this will help us later in this unit. Actually, in a little bit, this is going to help us. So, how many minutes are in an hour? So, minutes in an hour is 60, obviously. How many months are in a year? We have 12 months in a year. I just said them. So we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and finally December. Okay? So how many days are in a week? We have 7 days in a week. How many seconds are in a minute? 60. And fun fact, so seconds in a minute is 60. Minutes in an hour is 60. Okay? How many weeks are in a month? We have 4 weeks in a month. How many hours are in a day? We have 24 hours total in a day. How many days are in June? We have 30 days in June. How many weeks are in a year? We have 52 weeks in a year. Okay guys, so now moving on to our ebook here. Let's start with the exercises. So we have exercise A, listen and point, right? So he gave us an example. So for example, a year. If I say, for example, let's say a year again, you guys are gonna point to 2010 because it's a year, okay? If I say, for example, a month, you guys can check and just circle any month. But if I say specific, if I say, for example, the month after the 3rd, right? So that means this is the 3rd, and after that is April, okay? You get the idea? So I'll do them anyway, but I encourage you to, hear me out, hear the script that I'm about to read, and try and solve it yourself, and check your answers later in the video, okay? So, voice number 1. First one is a year, a month, the first month, the last month, the month after January, the month after November, okay? So, let's go again right here to check our answers, right? So first one was obviously a year, so circle 2010, okay? Second one is a month, so for me I'll just, you can go with any month over here, so March, April, or June, whatever you like, okay? And the first month, so we know that the first month is January, so you can circle that, okay? The last month is December, okay? The month after January, so this one, February, alright? And the month after November, so the final month again. So I guess you can tick it now because there's no space to circle it, so December is twice, okay? So now moving on a little bit, it's in the same exercise, but a different voice now, so I'll say more words and try to circle them. Now it's not gonna be just months, it's also gonna have days and years and months, okay? So I'm gonna go again. Voice number 2. A year, a month, a day, a date, the first day of the week, the last day of the week, the first day of the month, and the last day of the month, okay? I hope you were able to get that. So let's go and do them right now. So a year, obviously a year is 2010 again, okay? A date is August 2010, so we can circle that as a date. A day, so I can choose any day I like, so I'll personally choose Friday. Okay, you can choose whatever you like, by the way. So moving on, we could say the first day of the week. So the first day of the week is obviously Sunday. Some people have it on Monday, you know, certain countries. It just depends on the country, but since we're here, we can all agree that it's Sunday, okay? So the last day of the week is Saturday. Okay? The first day of the month, okay? So first day of the month is usually Sunday, but it depends on the year, okay? So this is not always gonna be true. So it can basically be any day, okay? But here's the thing. When it comes to numbers, it'll always be number 1, okay? So Sunday is number 1, so we'll choose number 1 over here, okay? So January 1st, and I'll talk more about that in a second, okay? So the last day of the month. Last day of the month is 31, okay? So 31st, and then we start a new year with January, okay? So now let's move on to exercise B, listen and write, okay? So we have the time over here, okay? And this is basically like a calendar, Thursday 26th on August, okay? So here's, you know, I think this is a calendar for like a student, a college student like you guys. So what he does, he starts his day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. okay? And these are the things that he wants to highlight that he's going to be doing in this day. So I'll be saying, you know, some stuff that he'll be doing, and I'll say at and number. This number just means that it's the time, okay? So I'll explain more, and you'll get the idea when I start doing this exercise. So I'll go now. So listen and try and write it down. So Lecture 2 is at 10. This one is written. Lecture 4 is at 1. Lecture 6 is at 3. Lectures 2 and 3 are English. Okay? So this one was quite simple. Okay? So what he wants you to do is, I said Lecture 2 is at 10. So let me look for 10 over here. The only 10 I see is 10 a.m. So before noon. So it's in the morning. So Lecture 2 is at 10, so this will be Lecture 2 right here. You can see Lecture 1 was at 9 a.m. and Lecture 2 starts at 10 a.m. okay? Then after that, I said that Lecture 4 is at 1, so I see 1 p.m. over here, and this one is obviously during noon hours. So starting from p.m., usually from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. is noon hours, okay? So 1 p.m. is Lecture 4, okay? And 12 p.m. is lunch, 11 a.m. is Lecture 3, okay? Lecture 6 is at 3, okay? So we have 3 p.m. noon is lecture number 6, okay? Now, this one is interesting. Lectures 2 and 3 are English. So here we have Lecture 2 that we said was at 10 a.m. and Lecture 3 11 a.m. So we can just write beside them English as they are English lectures. Okay? Alright, so now moving on to exercise D. Here we have listen, listen and do, and listen and speak. Okay, so listen to identify dates and times. So here we have morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And like I said, I'd get more specific here, and this is where we're going to do it. So usually morning is considered from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is morning, so this is when you see people usually wake up, usually start going to work or school or college, but it depends on the schedule, obviously. But this is where, you know, this is where usually people get up and start going about their day, okay? Here we have afternoon, and afternoon is usually p.m. now, so 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. is usually considered noon. So noon is that time where people, you know, usually either take their breaks or they're starting, you know, to prepare to leave work and go back home. And after that we have evening. So evening is obviously from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, so this is where people, you know, would chill, go out, have fun, or simply just go to bed, okay? And then you have night. Night is 12 a.m. So from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. is considered nighttime for most people, okay? So 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. is where usually most people are either asleep or up all night gaming and not caring about what they're gonna do the next day. There's no in between. This was just a joke, by the way, so let's move on. Okay, I hope you guys understood. So from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. is morning, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. is afternoon, evening, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and we have nighttime from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Okay, now moving on to exercise E, we have read, listen, and number. Okay, so this one was like the previous exercises that we did in Unit 1. So I'll say the words, and when I say them, just put the number down. So for example, if I say week as the first word, you would put 1 here. If I say the second word is time, you'd put 2 here. Okay, you get the idea. So just give me a second. I will read for you the text right now. Okay, so 24. Okay, so here I start. So month, obviously, first one. First, time, year, day, last, today, now, week. Okay, so let's do that again. So here we have first. First will be number 2. 3 will be time. We said time number 3. 4 is year. Where's year? Here it is. 5 will be day. So day will be number 5. 6 will be last. Okay. 7 will be today. 8 will be now. Where's now? Here it is. 8 will be now. And number 9 is week. Here we go. Okay. So let's move on now to exercise F. Okay, which word, listen, and circle. Okay, so I'll be saying 6 sentences, and you guys, when you hear me, circle the correct word. Okay, so just give me a second here. Okay, let's start. So obviously first one is easy. What time is it, right? So I didn't say what day is it. If I would have said what day is it, you would have circled day. I hope you get the idea. Right, so number 2 is, when is the first lecture? Okay, hope you're able to do that. That was straightforward. Number 3, which month is it? Okay, what's the date today? I have 3 lectures this evening. Number 6 is, this is my first year. Okay, so let's do them again in case you weren't able to figure it out. So when is the, and I said first, so first lecture. Okay, number 3, which month is it? I didn't say day, so which month is it? What's the date today? What's the, and circle date. I have 3 lectures this evening. Okay, so circle evening. And I said this is my first year, so circle year. Okay, now let's move on to speaking. Okay everybody, so we're now here on lesson 2, speaking of unit 2, and let's just hop right into it. So exercise A, look and name the things. So here we have 9 pictures and we kind of have to name them. So I think number 1 is a calendar. Okay, so since it has the months of the year and the year itself, 2010, obviously. I don't know if you can see that, but you should have your book as well. So calendar. Number 2 is also a calendar, just a smaller one. And number 3 is a bigger calendar, actually. And then we have number 4. This is a timetable, okay? So it's kind of a timetable for the day of a college student. And number 5, this is a date, obviously, because Tuesday, 31st August, and we have Wednesday, 1st September. So this is a date. Now, these pictures are interesting. We just looked at them in the listening section. So 6, 7, 8, and 9. You see, he wants us to write whether it's evening, nighttime, whether it's morning or afternoon. So here, number 1, I think this is morning, obviously because the sun's still coming up. So morning. Number 7 is probably afternoon, since the sun came up and it's high up. So afternoon, 12 p.m. to around 5 p.m. So afternoon. and here we have, this is nighttime obviously because there's no sun, so this is no, obviously from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. okay, so this is nighttime, and here 8 is evening, so this is the time of from 6 p.m. to around 11 p.m. okay. So now let's move on to listen and speak, singular or plural. B, exercise B here. So here we have 1 year or 2 weeks. So what they want to tell you is it could be 1 year, right, as in singular, but what's inside this year or what goes on in this year can be plural. So let me give you another example. So for example, let's say 1 week, right? So that's 1 week. It's singular, not plural, but the days in a week can be plural. So I could say there are 7 days in a week. You get the idea, okay? There are 24 hours in a day. So it's 1 day, singular, but 24 hours, obviously plural. And you can do this with anything. It's not just a matter of weeks or minutes or hours. You can also do it with months. So for example, there are 5 months in a year. You get the idea. 5 months, 5 whole months, so plural, in 1 year. There are 24 months in 2 years, okay? I'm not sure if that was correct or not, but you get the idea, okay? So let's move on now to exercise C. Look at the times. So number 1 is greet your teacher, and 2, listen and answer. So look from your book here. Look at the time. You should be able to tell the time now. I told you guys that from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. this is morning, okay? And then from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. this is the afternoon part, or or the kind of the afternoon time. And then moving on from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. this is evening, and then nighttime is from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. okay? So this right here is 8 a.m. so obviously good morning. It means you probably just arrived to school or your job and you're saying good morning to your teacher slash boss, okay? Now this is 10 a.m. so still morning, so we're gonna say good morning again. Moving on, 10 p.m. okay, so this is 10 p.m. which probably means it's evening, so you're probably going into a late night restaurant or something, and you just, you know, want to greet someone, so it goes good evening, okay? Or you could greet your teacher at night, good evening. You get the idea. Now this is 3 p.m. so it's around the noon time. You're probably beginning to leave work, or starting to leave work, sorry, and you're good afternoon, okay? You meet a guy that when stopping a cab or something, so you go good afternoon, okay? Now 7 p.m. evening, so good evening, and 2 a.m. good night, because basically most people are asleep during this time, so good night, okay? Now read the questions below, and 1, complete the questions, and 2, listen and check, okay? So here we have 3, mark the stress and intonation, and 4, practice the questions. Okay, so give me a second here. I'll actually read you the script right now. Okay, so I'll read you guys the questions, okay? You guys can try and pause the video now and try to guess what's in the blanks and what's in the blanks, but, you know, I'll say them and you can write them again. And I'll say it the first time without the stress and intonation, and then I'll add the stress and intonation, and then we can practice the questions together, okay? So, pause the video now, do it, and get back to it. So, okay. So, first question is, what's the time? Okay, I said I wouldn't do the stress and intonation right now, so that's what I'm doing, okay? I'm not gonna do it, I'll do it in a second. What's the time? What time is it? What's the date today? When is the first lecture? Which month is it? So this was just bland speaking, basically. I wasn't adding any stress or any intonation to the best of my ability. But now let me show you how I would ask this question if I were to use stress and intonation. So if I wanted to know about the time, or if I was wondering what the time was, I would say, what's the time? You see that? You see that stress and intonation on the word time? What's the time? Okay, you see that? Okay, second question is, what time is it? You see how that stress and the way my intonation throughout that sentence on the word time specifically, what time is it? You see? I didn't say what time is it. I said, what time is it? Okay? Get the idea? Okay, number C. What's the date today? You see that? That date where I lowered my voice for just a split second and I went back up again. Stress that word date, okay? Because that's the piece of information that you want to know, the date. So, what's the date today? Okay? Number D. When is the first lecture? When is the first lecture? Okay? When's the first lecture? And after that, which month is it? Which month is it? Which month is it? Okay? When you heard me before say it, I said, which month is it? Or which month is it? Okay? So now, when you add the stress and intonation, people take you either seriously, and like I said in the previous unit, people can think you're either being sarcastic, serious, all by the way you stress and, intonate your sentences. Okay? So now let's practice the questions a little bit. So when someone asks you, what's the time? Okay? How do you answer them? You can pause this video and try and answer these questions on your own, and then get back and check your answers. So when someone asks me, what's the time? Or if I ask someone, what's the time? What do I expect as an answer? Or how do I answer them? Basically, it's simple. I could say, it's 8 a.m. Okay? You always gotta add that a.m. at the end, or p.m. because a.m. means it's morning, p.m. means it's night. We know this. We already went over this right here. So when someone asks me, what's the time? I go, hey, it's 10 p.m. Okay? It's 3 p.m. right now. It's 8 p.m. It's 8:45 p.m. Okay? You get the idea. When someone asks, what's the date today? Okay, so I can go, it's Wednesday 1st September, right? It's Tuesday 31st August. Or I could say it in a different way. I could say September 1st Wednesday. Or I don't even need to say the day. You could just say, the month and day number. So, hey, what's the date today, man? It's September 1st. Okay? You get the idea. Which month is it? Okay, so basically, which month is it means which month are we in. So, we're in July right now, so July. We're in July. Which month is it? We're in July. When is the first lecture? Same thing. It's 10 a.m. It's at 10 a.m., dude. Okay? Be there. It's at 10 a.m. Okay? Okay, so now moving on to exercise E. Here we have look at the pictures. And one is listen to a conversation, and 29, listen and speak. Okay? So I'll read for you guys a conversation right now, and it'll just be between a tutor and a student, and then we'll move on. Okay? So listen carefully and always try and listen for that pronunciation. Okay? So, tutor, good morning. How are you? Student, I'm fine, thanks. Tutor, excuse me, what's the time? Student, it's 8. Tutor, thank you. That's nice. Is it new? Student, yes it is. It's a birthday present. Tutor, oh, is it your birthday party? Student, yes it is. Tutor, really? Happy birthday. Student, thank you. Tutor, how old are you? Student, I'm 18. Okay? So this was just a simple, conversation. Now, moving on to number 2 here is listen and speak. Okay? So now I'm gonna read the exact same conversation again, but you guys are gonna be the student, right? So you can always not pause, but talk to me. It's like we're having a conversation, right? Or you can do it with a friend that's sitting beside you, or if you're at home, just do it with me, okay? So I'll be the tutor and you'll be the student. You can try your best to answer on your own, okay? So don't look at the book, just a normal conversation. It's like you're having a conversation with someone in English, okay? So here we go. Ready? Good morning. How are you? Excuse me, what's the time? Thank you. That's nice. Is it new? Oh, is it your birthday today? Really? Happy birthday. How old are you? Okay, I hope you were able to do that. And if you have any mistakes, it's okay. You'll only get better with time, okay? Also, try and practicing in pairs. It's also better. And, you know, it sparks your confidence up a little bit, okay? So let's move on now to exercise F. Listen to a talk, okay? So this is a talk like the conversation that I just did, and based on it, we're gonna do this exercise right here, okay? So listen carefully. Okay, so do you have birthday presents in your family? Yes, we do. Do you have birthday cards? Yes, we do. What about a birthday party? No, we don't have a party. What about a cake? A birthday cake? Yes, we do. We have a birthday cake. Alright, so he wants us to know that a student, what does the student have and what do you guys have, okay? So this will be entirely subjective, so I'll do this based on me personally, and you guys can just tick whatever ones you have and whatever ones you don't, okay? So obviously for the student, he had gifts, okay? And he had the cards, so we're gonna tick this right here. And when it comes to a party, the student did not have a party, so this will be an X. And a cake, yes, he does have a cake. So basically, tick all of them except the cake, the party one. Okay, we're just gonna cross this one. Now, for me personally, when it comes to gifts, I don't take gifts, so that will be an X. Birthday invites or cards, nope. So an X for me too here. Party, nope. So yeah, I just buy the cake and call it a day, okay? You know, birthdays for me I think they're overrated anyway, so it's cool. Alright, do this based on you and let's move on. Okay, so now exercise G. Look at the table below. Alright, this is a part where I want you guys to understand because this will help you in writing and in speaking and when you guys read too, okay? So 1, complete the you column for your family. And oh, actually, never mind. Talk about birthdays in your family. Let's just go to skills check here first. So, giving a talk, okay? So, pause after a comma or a full stop. So, let me break this down for a second. So, you guys know when you start a sentence and you see a comma, don't panic, okay? So, read until the comma and then wait for a second, okay? Just wait for 1 second and keep going. Keep going like nothing happened, okay? And when you see a full stop, okay, this is like a red light, okay, like when you're driving, this is a red light. Stop for 2 seconds and then keep going, okay? So you see the difference? Like when it's a comma, it means that, you know, it's not red light, it's more of a yellow, right? Like slow down, go easy, right? But don't stop completely or you'll ruin everything, okay? So just go for 1 second. So I could say, pause after a comma or a full stop. So I could say, in my family, we have birthday presents. We don't have birthday cards. You see how I stopped more here? I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I'm sure you did. You know, after that full stop, you stop for 1.5 to 2 seconds, and then you keep going. But for the comma, always leave a 1 second time frame between the comma and the sentence after that. Okay? So now let's go here to the pronunciation check. Saying I and I, okay? So say each column of words and you'll understand what I mean in a second. So here we have it, in, is, 6, tick, 15, listen, begin. Okay, so you guys will probably notice that these words have the I sound, not an I, it's more of an A sound, okay? So 6 is in, but here look at that, it has an AI sound. So I, okay, you see that? I, fine, find, write, 5, night, time. You see the difference? It's like a whole night and day difference between, but it's the same word, okay? Not the same word, sorry, the same letter. So it, I, in, fine, is, find, 6, write, tick, write, 15, 5, listen, night, begin, time, okay? So you get the idea. Some words have that AI sound to it, and some are just not noticeable. Okay? So now skills check here, giving a talk, pause after a comma or a full stop. I'd like for you to, or not this, sorry, we already did the skills check. I'm sorry. So here, complete the you column for your family. We already did that. So talk about birthdays in your family. So just give me like 3 or 4 sentences about birthdays in your family. Do it on your own. Just take it slow, gather your thoughts, and try and say it, okay? With keeping in mind what we just said. So don't just continuously keep going. Just, say a sentence, and if you want to add to it, put a comma. If not, then add a full stop and go to the next one, okay? And after that, let's move on. Okay, everybody, so now moving on to lesson 3, the vocabulary and pronunciation. Here we have, let's just get right into it. So exercise A, look at the words and pictures. So here we have these 6 pictures, and these words correlate to these pictures, okay? So number 1's done for us, so beach is number 3. You can see this lady she wants to go surfing, so she's at the beach, okay? Here we have a mall. A mall is usually a place where people go to hang out and go shopping, so mall will be number 6, okay? And now we have park. So a park is this right here, where these students are reading or studying, I think. So park is number 4. Here we have cinema, where people go and watch new movies and enjoy their snacks. Number 1 will be cinema. Now, swimming pool, obviously this is probably the most obvious one. Here it is, number 5. And cafe, here we have these 2 ladies and their friends enjoying their meal at a cafe. So 2 is cafe, okay? So we matched the words. Now let's listen and repeat, okay? So I'll say these words again and try to say them after me, okay? So beach, mall, park, cinema, swimming pool, cafe. Okay? Now, exercise B, 32, listen to a conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna say these sentences as in a conversation, and you guys can complete them, okay? You can pause whenever necessary. So, let's go. Nick, let's go to the cinema. Eduardo, okay, this evening? Nick, yes, is 8 okay? Eduardo, that's fine. See you later. Okay, so Nick, let's go to and this will be cinema. Eduardo, okay, this evening. So evening will be in this blank. Nick, yes, is 8 okay? So 8 o'clock, okay. Here we have Eduardo, and that's fine. So the word fine over here, okay. So write the missing words. That's what we just did. Okay, you can practice the same conversation if you want. You can pause and do that. So practice the conversation, but use the words from exercise A. So don't use the same words. You can use, beach, mall. You can change the time if you want, and you get the idea. You can change the conversation to what you would say, for example, in the same situation. Okay, so let's go to this pronunciation check real quick. So some letters make that snake sound, and other words make almost a different kind of sound. You'll get what I mean in a second. Here we have 3, think, thank, and here on the other hand we have this, that, that. Okay, you see that difference? It doesn't have the same, although it's the same 2 words, but it doesn't have that same snake sound. Okay, so how do you say th in these words and phrases? Okay, I'll just say it for you guys, and you guys can repeat after me, and then just say it with me, and then we'll move on. So here we have this, that, this morning, this evening, this Tuesday, that's great, that's fine, that's nice, the date, the teacher, the students. Okay? So I hope you got the idea of how, depending on the word, it can be different, whether it's 3 or that. You can see the difference in the pronunciation. So moving on to exercise D. Write the phrases from the box in the conversation. Okay, so this is actually an interesting one right here. Okay, so here we have Jane and Adriana having just a casual conversation, and let's try solving it, and then we'll listen and check for our answers. So, hi Adriana, dash for you. So, hi Adriana, this is for you. And why did I put this in? Because this is something that I want to give you. This is for you. This is yours, okay? I can't say it's for you, okay? Is it for you? Because then it becomes a question, okay? So, this is for you. Hi Adriana, this is yours. This is for you. Okay? Now Adriana answers, hi, what is it? So now we know that this is a question right here, right? So is it is the only logical option. So hi, I could say, what is it? Like I said, but I can't say what that is, okay? Because that's a question. I can't say that. So hi, what is it? You know, it's confusion. So I want to know what this is. What is this? What's the piece of information? I need answers, okay? So hi, what is it? Okay? Jane replies, dash an invitation to my birthday party. So now she gives her that information that she needs to know. So it's an invitation to my birthday party. It is, so it's something that I need to tell you, right? So it's an invitation to my birthday party. Okay? And then Adriana replies, dash great. When dash. So she wants to tell her that, oh, this is good, this is great. So that's great. Okay? That's great. When is it? Again, we use the word is it because it's a question mark. Okay? So Jane says Saturday, 7 o'clock, dash at my place. So she also wants to tell her something else, so it's at my place. It's at my place, okay? So now let's try and I'll listen to what I have to say. I'm going to read the script again and check your answers. Jane, hi Adriana, this is for you. Adriana, hi, what is it? Jane, it's an invitation to my birthday party. Adriana, that's great. When is it? Jane, Saturday, 7 o'clock. It's at my place. Okay? Now let's move on to exercise here up top. We're actually gonna go to exercise F here. Listen and write the words. Okay, so I'm gonna say a few words here, guys, and you guys try and spell them down, write them down. Okay, so for example, if I say it as the second word, you guys write it down, and if I say when as the third word, you write when down. Okay, I'll leave kind of a 3-second pause between words so you guys can write them down. Okay, so one is obviously is, two, or sorry, I'll just say the word. Okay, so it, in, that, this, date, 3, you, what, when. Okay, so now let's do them again. So here number 2 is it, I-T, simple. 3 is in, I-N. 4 is that, so T-H-A-T. 5 is this, T-H-I-S. 6 is date, so D-A-T-E. E is silent, obviously. 7, 3, T-H-R-E-E. Okay. 8 is you, Y-O-U. 9 is what, so W-H-A-T. And 10 is when, W-H-E-N. Okay? So this is an exercise that you guys can do on your own in your free time. This is just something that's for fun. So exercise G, work in pairs. You can choose any 5 words from this lesson and dictate the words to your partner. Or if you don't want to use it from this lesson, you know, if you have a few words up your sleeve, you can use it on your partner, whether it's positive, negative, whatever you see fit, use it, okay? So dictate your full name to your partner. This is also something that you can state your full name to your partner, okay? Now, this is important now. Please focus with me. Let's go to skills check 2 here. So using a and an, okay? So we use a or an with singular nouns, okay? So examples, I have a pen, or do an exercise on this page, okay? When do we use a and when do we use an? So this is actually really interesting. So we use a alone with consonants. And what are consonants? Like I said before, consonants are basically the letters that are not vowels, okay? And we use an with vowels, okay? So A, E, I, O, U. So an apple, a chapter. You can see A is a vowel, so we use an. I can't say a apple. It doesn't even sound right, okay? So an apple. But I can't also say, I can't say a chapter, and chapter, sorry. I have to use a because it's a consonant. First letter is a consonant, so a chapter, okay? So, let's say for example, orange, right? O is a vowel, so I'll say an orange, okay? But if it's a banana, I can't say an banana, I have to say a banana, okay? You get the point? Alright. Let's kind of move to these exercises here. So write a or an in each space. So number 1 is day, a day, okay, because D is not a vowel, okay? Try to memorize these, by the way. These are really important. So A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Answer. A is a vowel, so an answer. Question. A question, not an question. A question because Q is not a vowel. Exercise, E is a vowel, so an exercise. Lesson, L is not a vowel, so a lesson. Evening, E is a vowel, so an evening. Month, a month. Afternoon, an afternoon. Week, a week, because not a vowel. Now, here's an interesting part that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hour here, we use an. Now you might be surprised, hey, H is not a vowel. Why do we use an? And here's the funny part. When you see a word that has, that sound where the H is, so for example, our, honor, you get the idea. So I don't say honor. I say it's an honor meeting you, sir, or it's an hour, okay? So an honor, an hour, we use an. But if the H is pronounced normally, like for example I could say horse or a hen, okay? So then it becomes a. So I can't say an horse. I always say a horse, a hen, okay? You get the idea. So whenever that H is making that sound, we use an. But if it's making its normal pronunciation sound, we use a, okay? Okay, let's move on to exercise J here. Look at the table below. 1, find the pattern. 2, complete the table. And 3, find 2 exceptions. Okay, so 1 plus 10 is 11. Okay, 2 plus 10 is 12. So in the last unit we talked about the numbers, so from 1 to 10, and in this unit we're going to be taking from, with the spelling and pronunciation, obviously, we're going to be taking it from 11 to 20, and then we're going to take a quick look, from the 20, 30, 40, 50, okay? So 1 plus 10 is 11. See how 11 is written? 11. 2 plus 10 is 12. 12. 3 plus 10 is 13. 13. 4 plus 10, 14. 14. 5 plus 10, 15. Okay? Take out your pen and let's write this together. 6 plus 10 is 16. 16. You write the word 6 down and then add the word teen. You see, what's common between these numbers is that this word teen, it also comes from the word teenagers, right? You know that part in life where kids are the most annoying, those teenage years. So when someone starts, when someone's age starts going to 13, or sorry, not go, yeah, when someone turns 13 to 19, he's basically a teenager, okay? And it's a hectic, these years are hectic, I tell you. Anyway, so 6 plus 10 is 6, and then add the word teen, okay? 7 plus 10, 17. 8 plus 10, you write the word 8, E-I-G-H-T, and then add the word teen, 18, okay? 9, 19, okay? Now, exercise K, look at the table below, find the pattern, complete the table, and find 2 exceptions. So 2 multiply 10 is 20. 20. This is 20. 20. 3 plus 10 is 30. 4 multiply 10, or not plus, sorry, I said plus here. 3 multiply 10 is 30. 4 multiply 10 is 40. 5 multiply 10 is 50. 6 multiply 10 is 60. 7 multiply 10 is 70. 8 multiply 10 is 80, okay? 9 multiply 10 is 90, okay? Exercise L, look at the table below. 1 is the first. Yeah, we talked about this, guys, in the last segment, okay? So 1 is the first, okay? 2 the second, ND. 3 the third. 4 the fourth, TH. You see, you get the idea. I talked about this. 5 the fifth, okay? 6 the sixth, and 6 here and TH above, okay? 7 the seventh, okay? 7 TH above. 8 the eighth, here you go. 9 the ninth, okay? Okay, so now moving on to lesson 4, reading. Here, let's just get right into it. So, exercise A here. So, look at the times here. We have 6 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m., okay? So, 1, tick right or wrong. So, tick if it's a right, or cross if it's a wrong sentence, okay? And obviously with the pictures that we talked about, so this is obviously correct because this is 6 a.m., so this will be true. 3 p.m., this is also true, but this one's wrong because you can clearly see this is the nighttime picture, but it is 10 p.m. Or actually, no, that's not true. This is actually correct, but it is 10 in the morning, which is not true because it is not a.m., it is p.m., okay? So, let's now move on. So, look at the times. To underline the nouns, so we have the nouns here will be morning, afternoon, and morning again, okay? So these 3 nouns over here, we're gonna underline them, and then circle the pronouns. So we're gonna circle it, and it again, and then we'll just box the numbers. So 6, 2, and 10, okay? So you guys remember when I showed you that slide? So exercise B here, read and match. So 24 hours are a day. I just showed you guys this a couple minutes ago if you go back. 4 weeks are obviously a month. 7 days are a week. 12 months are a year. The opposite of day is night. 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. are times, okay? So let's read this invitation here. You are invited to a party for my 18th birthday. So what I realize is this is a date, just so you guys know, on Saturday, 1st July at 75 Brown Street, Hightown. So this is an address. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Jane Elizabeth. You guys remember Jane from the previous exercise? We're going to talk about her, or use more information from this invitation right here. So, oops, my bad. Here we go. Sorry. Okay. So, exercise C. What is the text? So the text is an invitation, okay? So it says here to underline the numbers, so just underline 18th, 7 p.m., 75, okay? So hold on, you can leave this for now. Let's just get to number 3 here. So copy the numbers into the table, okay? So here we have, he wants to know the date, so date is obviously 1st July, on Saturday, 1st July. So you write down Saturday, 1st July. Time will be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Telephone will be this right here, so 348921. Okay. Address will be 75 Brown Street, Hightown, and age is 18. Okay. Simple enough. Now let's move on to exercise D. What is each number here? Okay, so he's giving us these numbers, but it can be a date, it can be a time, it can be a telephone number, it can be an address, it can be an age, okay? So here he's giving us an example that this is a date, okay? This is usually how people write dates, by the way, okay? It can be a little bit different. You can see it here. Some people put point, some people put this division mark, and some people write it like this, okay? It's just personal preference, and same goes with times. People can put dot, but they usually put 2 numbers after, not only 1, like here. Or they add AM, PM, or they just write o'clock, okay? For telephone numbers, it's just one long number. No need to worry about that. And address, obviously, you can realize P.O. box, some letters, a name with a number. Okay. And ages is either I'm 18 or he is 12 today. It's just normal age. So 1901 here with this mark, so we already know that number 1 is a date, okay? Number 2, obviously, PM, so it'll be a time. This one, long number, so this will be a phone number, okay? This is 102 North Street right here, so this is an address, okay? 5 a.m., obviously, easy, time. 12, 10, 14, this is obviously a date, okay? 15.5 right here, this is actually a date. Yeah. I told you guys we used the point here as well instead of this. It's just personal preference. 6 o'clock, obviously, time. P.O. box, address, 439, address. 1st of May, and this is 1st of May is a date, okay? Just like here, 13th June and 1st of May, okay? So here, this one's interesting. So exercise E, read the text below and find and underline all the numbers. Which numbers are dates and times, okay? So this here, you are a year 1 student, circle the information for you. Complete the table for year 1 students. So I'll just read this for you guys real quick. Okay, try to listen to me carefully and then we'll move on to the exercise. So Green Hill College. Information for new students. Students in year 1 begin on Monday, 22nd August. Students in year 2 begin on Tuesday 3rd. Students in year 1 have 6 lectures each day. Students in year 2 have 5 lectures each day. Students in year 1 and year 2 have lectures on 5 days each week, from Monday to Friday. In the morning, lectures begin at 9. They end at 12. In the afternoon, lectures begin at 1. They end at 4. For more information, telephone the college office on this long number. Write to P.O. Box 3218, White Road, Greenhill. Email info@greenhillcollege.com. Visit the college at 15 High Street, Greenhill. Okay, so we got the information that we need. Now it says that we are year 1 students, okay? So circle the information that's for you. So students in year 1 begin on Monday. 22nd, sorry. I made the same mistake I told you guys not to. So don't make that mistake. 22nd August. Okay, so we're going to circle that because we're year 1. Okay. Students in year 1 have 6 lectures each day. We're going to circle that as well. Okay. Students in year 1 and year 2 have lectures on 5 days each week from Monday to Friday. So we're going to circle this because it's for both year 1 and year 2. So in the morning, lectures begin at 9 and they end at 12, and in the afternoon, lectures begin at 1, lectures begin at 1, and they end at 4. So we're just going to circle this as well because it applies to us. So, oops, my bad. So students begin, we know that's for us because we're year 1, we begin on Monday, so we'll write Monday down here. So number of lectures each day. So students in year 1 have 6 lectures, that's us, so 6 lectures. So we can just type, you can write 6 down, S-I-X, okay? So number of days each week. So we have 5 days each week, so we'll write 5 down, okay? Morning lectures begin, I think it said 9, right? Yep, 9. So morning lectures begin, you can just write 9 a.m., or you can write 9, whatever you like, whatever style you want to write it in. Totally up to you, okay? Morning lectures end at 12. Same thing, okay? Afternoon lectures begin, they begin at 1, and they end at 4, okay? Telephone number, okay, let's go down here, and you can just write this long number here, telephone number. Address 1, so address 1 is obviously the P.O. Box, so P.O. Box 3218, White Road, Greenhill, okay? Address 2 is the college at 15 High Street, Greenhill, okay? Okay guys, so now moving on to the final lesson of Unit 2 here, writing and grammar, and this is probably going to be a bit longer, so stay focused. It's really simple and it'll help you, okay? So let's get right into it. So exercise A, read and complete. This is just simple spelling. Obviously this is the number 5, so Try it with me here. F-I-V-E. Okay. 9, same thing. N-I-N-E. 3, you can see, you know, a guy or a girl, I'm not too sure, writing, so the word W-R-I-T, and obviously the E is silent, so write. 15, F-I-F, and the word teen, okay, like I said, comes from the word teenagers, teen, T-E-E-N. Nighttime, so night, N-I-G-H-T, okay. Right, when someone's right, so R-I-G-H-T. 6, really simple, S-I-X. And what this is, what is this? Tomorrow? Oh, this is time. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is time. Someone wants to tell the time, so T-I-M-E. Okay? And this is someone listening, so the word listen, L-I-S-T-E-N. Obviously, the T is silent, guys, okay? So we never say listen, okay? We always say listen, okay? Now let's go to skills check here. Spelling vowels I and AI, okay? So we often spell I with I. So 6, it is, begin, and listen, okay? See, normal I. And we often spell that AI with IE or IGH. So for example, write 5, time, you see, I and E at the end, all those silent I's. So write 5, you see there's, I don't say 5E, I say 5. Time, not timey, so time, night, right, okay? Compared to 6, it is, begin, listen, right? So, moving on, look at the timetable, complete the sentences with the number in each space, okay? So I want you to pause the video and take a look at this table right here and try to understand what's it saying. So, begin, it says that lectures begin and end at these certain time frames, okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so it's basically like a timetable, right? Now he wants us to add numbers here. So number one is students have dash lectures every day. Yep, you probably guessed that right. Students have 3 lectures every day, so T-H-R-E-E. Okay? Number 2, students have dash English lecture every day. So obviously that's correct. Students have 1 English lecture every day, so O-N-E, 1. Number 3, students have dash English lectures every week. That's correct. Students have 5 English lectures every week, F-I-V-E. Number 4, lectures begin at 8 o'clock. You can write it like this. You can write it 8 a.m. if you want, whatever, you know, you see fit, or whatever works for you, I guess. Okay. Number 5, lectures end at 4 o'clock. Same thing. Okay. 6, lectures are 2 hours. Okay, so lectures usually last 2 hours, so T-W-O. 7, students have lectures on dash days each week, so on 5 days each week, F-I-V-E. 8, classes begin on, it's written right here, so you can just write the date as it is, 19/09 or 19/9. Okay, so now look at the boxes here on exercise C. 1, number the boxes in each row in order, and 2, write the words in order to make sentences. Okay, so basically like the previous unit's exercise, we just rearrange them, okay? So number 1 is lectures begin, full stop, 8, and at. So we always know that the full stop's last, okay? So a full stop is the red light, basically, for the sentence. It's the law for English, basically. So that's how you stop the sentence. You don't want to go anymore, like a red light in driving, okay? So lectures is 1, begin is number 2, at, because it's a preposition, I want to connect it, so at is number 3, 8 o'clock is number 4, okay? And basically that's it. Lectures begin at 8 o'clock, and then full stop is number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Second one, at, they, full stop, end, 4. Okay, so I know full stop's gonna go to the very end, okay? Get that out of the way. We're gonna start with they, so they is number 1, 2, they end, at, preposition, they end at 4. 4 o'clock is number 4, and full stop at the end, number 5. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Last one, all full stop at the end again, and I start with I this time, so I have, I'm talking about myself here, and or the sentence, not me. So I, number 1, have 2, and 3 is 6. So I have 6 lectures, okay? Each day, so each day, and then the full stop. So it goes 1, have 2, 3 is 6, 4 is lectures, 5 is each day, and finally the full stop. Okay? Now let's move on to here, and I talked about this before in Unit 1, the pronouns, but I'll just give you, a small reminder here. Just give me a second. Here we have the pronouns, and I'm sure you guys remember the pronouns, but because if we don't use pronouns, it'll look something like this. Okay? I'll get rid of this. So I'll read this with you guys. Kiko Wilson is Japanese, but Kiko lives in New York because Kiko is married to an American. Kiko is an interpreter. Kiko likes New York because New York is interesting. But Kiko's husband, Walter, doesn't like New York. Walter wants to leave and live in the country. Kiko and Walter have 2 children. Walter takes the 2 children and 2 children's dog out of the city in Walter's free time. Walter and the children go walking in summer and skiing in winter. But Kiko doesn't go with Walter and the children because Kiko doesn't have any free time. Okay, I'm sure you've noticed that the name Kiko and Walter has been mentioned way too many times. So this is what, pronouns are for. They don't make reading so repetitive or writing so repetitive. You get the idea. So I could say Kiko Wilson is Japanese, but he lives in New York City or New York because he is married to an American, okay? And then I could say Kiko again, or I could just say he again, okay? But if I say Kiko, a gazillion different times, you can already see, people get bored quickly, okay? So let's go to Pronouns Refresher here. You guys see, so subject, pronoun, I, he, she, we, they, you, it, and then you use either a verb or a preposition and an object, a pronoun as well. So either me, him, her, us, them, you, it. And we took a whole unit on this, okay? So you guys should be remembering this. This graph table is designed, you guys remember this, right? Subject pronoun, the pronouns before the verb or the preposition. I, we, they, you, he, she, it. And then here you go, verb, preposition, me, us, them, you, him, her, it. Okay? Here, take a good look at it. You see, you guys remember when we did this exercise, can you help we/us? Because us was later and we could only be used in the beginning, like so, number 2. Okay? Quick refresher. Now let us go back to our book. Here we go. Okay? So look at table 1 here. Write a word from the box in each space. Use capital letters if necessary. Okay. So you guys know that the beginning of each sentence is always capital. So that's why you'll always see the first letter of these words capital, because it's the beginning of a sentence. Okay? So I always takes am, just so you guys know. So I am not a teacher. Okay? You never takes is, and you can never say you am. So you are not a teacher. Never say you is, okay? Talked to you guys about that before. Never use you is, okay? He is not a teacher. Same thing from here. She is not a teacher. We are not, see, I'm going to get rid of that a because I'm going to put an s at the end because it's now plural. So we are not teachers, okay? They are not teachers, okay? Now, write 2 sentences with the same pattern. I'd like for you to pause the video now and think of 2 sentences, and I'll give you 2 sentences after you unpause the video. Okay, so my sentence will be, you are not a doctor. Obviously, you is capital, okay? And don't forget that full stop at the end, okay? And my second sentence is, they are not fighters, okay? Obviously, the T is also capital, and full stop at the end, okay? So, you are not a doctor, and they are not fighters. Let's move on. Look at table 2A here. So now we have verb to be plus pronoun plus noun, okay? So here and there's a you here, right? So I can't say is you, are you, okay? So now I'm asking questions, okay? So now it's flipped. So are you a student? Okay, because it's one student, so I put the A. So are you a student? Okay. Is she a student? Is he a student? Are they students? Are we students? Okay. Now writing two questions. Writing two questions from our own, or on our own. Sorry. Are you a teacher? For me, I'm gonna write this question. Are you a teacher? Is he a liar? Okay. Obviously the R is capital, like I always said in the beginning. It's always capital. Is capital. Is he a liar? And the full stop, or not full stop. Sorry, the question mark. Okay, because this is a question. We don't add full stop. We add a question mark. Big difference, guys. Okay. Here we have short answers. Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Yes, he/she is, or yes, he is. Yes, he or she is. Okay. No, we are not. No, they are not. Okay. And you can also use no, I'm not. Okay. Look at table 3 here. Now we have pronouns plus verb plus emphrase plus adjective phrase here. So I, you, we, they have 6 or 30 lectures every day or each week. Now let's try to balance these sentences back. Okay, so like we did in the previous exercise, students have, so students will be number 1. Okay, students have will be number 2. 6, so number 6 will be number 3. Have 6 lectures number 4 each day, so each day will be 5. Okay, so students have 6 lectures each day. Okay, the second one, we're going to start with we, because we is basically a pronoun. So we have, so number 2 is have. We have 30, that's a lot, so we have 30. Number 3 is 30 here. We have 30 lectures. Lectures will be number 4 each week, so each week will be number 5. Alright, now look at table 4. Which preposition do we use with times, years, months, days, dates, parts of a day? And it's written here. So as you can clearly see, we use the word at, or the preposition at, with time. Okay, so we use it with time over here. Time, and that's it. We use on with days, and we use it on not dates. No, we use on dates as well. Yeah, the 9th. It's right here. Okay, and we use in with parts of a day. So in the morning, for example, I'll say I'll get on it in the morning. I never say I'll get on it on the morning, right? So in the morning. So we use in with parts of the day. Okay, and we use in with years. So when let's say I want to talk about something. If I say Michael Jackson died in 2009, for example, I can never say Michael Jackson died at 2009. Okay, you get the idea. So now here's something fun for you guys. So I'll do one of the 3 sentences here with the same pattern, and you guys try and think it too. Okay, as just as a simple exercise. So mine will be tickets end in May. Okay, tickets end in May. I use in with months too, you guys. Okay, so mine is tickets, T capital, end in May. And remember, May is capital because it's a name. So M is capital, and then full stop at the end. Alright, now write them down and let's move on. Okay, so moving on now here on exercise A, writing and grammar still. These are the final 2 pages. Look at the table, so complete the you column and ask your partner. Complete the your partner column after asking your partner, obviously. And read skills check 1. So is there any information in the table the same? Okay, So let me just give me a second here. Okay, so let's read skills check 1 together. We have pronouns. Told you guys, we looked at it. Look, example, I'm 18 plus you are 18. Obviously this is your mate probably, so we could use we. So I plus you equals we. We. I'm talking about us as a group, okay? So here we have it. This is your column and your partner, okay? So this will obviously, you shouldn't take, my answers unless you're at home, but if you have a partner, I suggest you do it with them, okay? And then we'll move on. But I'll do it anyway, okay? So for convenience sake, obviously. So age, my age is 18, okay? And let's say my mate's age is also 18, right? Nationality, mine is Egyptian, and my partner's is British. Okay, so he's British. My hometown, Cairo. His hometown, London. Okay, college, Arab Open University. Okay, and him is Arab Open University as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't really be my partner, right? Okay, occupation, mine will probably be business, and my partner will probably be English. Okay, so now let's try and kind of do a sentence here, or yeah, write 1 or 2 sentences with we, right? So I could probably say the same one as this. We are 18, right? Because me and my partner are both 18. So we are 18. We study at Arab Open University. Okay? So also starts with we. We study at Arab Open University. These are the only 2 things that are in common throughout this whole column, okay? Like I said, answers can be different, so if you have different answers, that's totally fine. Right. So let's move on now. So we use a pronoun to replace a noun. We already talked about this, and this lady's name, I am not gonna try and pronounce, is from Beijing, right? So I change her name to she, okay? And this is how it doesn't get repetitive. So she is Chinese. Pierre is from Paris. He is French. Mariah and Alonso are from Cancun. They are Mexican, okay? Or Maria, sorry, not Mariah. What was I thinking? It was Maria. Alright. So, question B here. Look at our exercise B, sorry. Look at the sentence. We have 6 lectures every day. Okay, so he wants us to find the capital letter. Here it is, W, okay? The full stop, always at the end of the sentence, guys. Don't even think twice about that, okay? So, the pronoun is we, obviously, okay? Here we have the noun. The noun will be lectures, okay? The verb, each day. And we have the number will be 6, okay? Already read skills check 2. Now, write 2 true sentences with the same pattern, okay? You guys can write that and get back to this video. Okay, because we already did that in the beginning, so if you wanted this extra practice, that's fine. Alright, so exercise C, look at the sentences, okay? Same. Lectures begin at 8, they end at 4, okay? 1. Find the capital letters, L and T. The pronoun is probably they, so they is the pronoun, okay? The noun is one noun, it's lectures, because this is a pronoun, okay, get it? Prepositions, at and at, these are the prepositions, okay? The times, here we have the times, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, okay? And the full stops, obviously, at the end, okay? Now, let's move on here to exercise D. Read the sentences and circle the correct word or phrase in each case. So 1, are you or you are a student? So if I want to ask a question, see a lot of people making this mistake. I told you guys in the beginning, like literally 2 pages ago, if we were going to ask a question, verb to be comes first. So are you a student? Is he a student? Is he a doctor? Is he an engineer? Okay? So are you a student? Number 2 is what time? I can't say it is. So what time is it? Right? I'm asking a question. What time is it? Right? 3, It isn't with the apostrophe. This is just not true, okay? This is not correct at all. This is what people use when texting, and it is not correct, okay? It isn't Tuesday, right? Number 4, they, same thing, aren't students. This is not correct. 5, I have 6 lectures. 6, do you have lectures on Thursday? I don't say you have lectures on Thursday. Do you have lectures on Thursday? I'm asking a question, okay? Number 7, classes begin on, okay? You guys remember the preposition? On 19th September. 3 lectures in the morning, not at the morning. You guys remember I just made an example a couple minutes ago. In the morning. 9, it or they. They end at 4 p.m. Okay? Not it end. They end at 4 p.m. Okay? 10, it is in room 17. I don't say I don't use I is. Never. Okay? It is in room 17. 11, how old are you? I never say how years are you. How old are you? This is just basics right here. Okay? Now 12, what's the date today? Okay? Not what's the date now. Alright? So now this is a fun one, and you guys are probably going to enjoy this a lot. So we're going to write an email, right? But before we do that, we need to answer a few questions. So on exercise E here, we have answered the questions. Who is the email to? So let's say you want to send an email. Who is it to? You know, why are you sending it? Or for who? Right? So, you know, write down your partner's name, or, you know, whoever, your dad, your mom, whoever you're sending this email to. Okay? What is his email address? Now, you write his email address because you can't write an email and not know his email. You get the idea? Who is the email from? Obviously, it's from you. What is the email about? Type, you know, the subject that you want to talk about in the email. Which day is the party? So let's say it's an invitation to a party. So which day is it? Mine will probably be May 1st. Okay? It's just an example, okay? Which date is the party? So write the date down. Okay? Where is the party? You can write an address here. What time is the party? 8 p.m. You know, whatever you like. Write an email invitation to your partner. So answer these questions now. Who is the email to? Again, it's basically the exact same, okay? So write the email and show the email to your partner and compare in pairs. Now before we close off this unit, I wanted to show you guys something here before we go. Here we have self, others. Give me a second. Okay. So when you want to start an email, you know, let's say not your casual email. This is not an invitation. Let's say you want to talk about yourself, right? And this is just something that's a bit off topic, but it'll help you. So this is why I'm including it. So usually you always start by your name, right? So this dude's name is Mark Koenig. Okay, so whatever your name is, you can put that in the beginning. You obviously want to include, you know, where do you work or what do you do for a living? So job, he's a journalist for the BBC. You know, country, where's your nationality? Both work, so country, England. Town, Moscow, okay, or city or hometown, okay. Place of work in an office, or if you don't work, you can always, you know, put, you know, where you study, okay. Languages, how many languages do you speak? Okay, English, Russian, and German. And wow, this dude is good. Okay, English, Russian, and German. Family, married. You can always write, you know, if you're single, taken, or married. 3 daughters. This dude has 3 daughters. Okay, and just you can write down your hobbies if you like, and some other experiences. You know, it doesn't have to only be this, but try to not go lower than this. Okay, so this is the minimum to explain yourself or write about yourself in an email. Okay, so oops, my bad. So here we go. You guys write this email and check it with your teacher, and you know, have fun. You know, this is all about, you know, have fun and write your best. Now let's go. Before I close off this unit, I wanted to just show you guys something real quick. So oops, saying hello and saying goodbye. You know, there are other ways than, you know, always saying hello or goodbye, because like I said, like the whole pronouns thing that I just showed you earlier, it can get repetitive at times, saying hello, 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 or goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You know, you could, you know, switch it up, like how are you? So how are you is obviously for saying hello. You know, you don't need, like, let's say if you're knocking on someone's door and you know them, he's a good friend, so you're like, instead of saying hello, you say, how are you? Okay? And see you later. See you later means you're probably gonna leave each other, or, you know, it's an alternative to goodbye. So instead of saying goodbye, you're gonna be like, see you later. Or, one more is, take care. So, okay, take care, bye, take care, okay? How's everything? So, how's everything is obviously a substitute for hello as well. Good evening is also hello, okay? So, and good night is for goodbye, okay? This was just a simple out-of-topic thing that can help you later, but, you know, feel free to do what you like, alright? Have a good time, and peace out.